Before we dive in, a quick disclaimer. Although we are therapists, this podcast is not therapy and does not replace working with your own therapist. Everything shared here is for general education and conversation only.
Welcome to Two Anxious Girls. I am Dabi,
Christina.
and we're two therapists who spend 40 hours a week helping others navigate their lives and the other 128 hours wondering if we're doing ours entirely wrong. That is us.
That is us.
Christina, how are you?
I'm doing well today. I'm happy I'm physically with you.
Me too. I'm so happy that we're physically together.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
And I'm doing well. No complaints today. What about you?
I am very happy. I'm happy to have you here. It's pretty fun. And that we're doing this together, physically together. Christina, thank you again for being so vulnerable last week. I know today's topic can be heavy for you and for many moms listening, so thank you. And with that, shall we dive in?
Yeah, totally. And you're welcome. Thank you for thinking. Last week, we talked about those quiet spirals in motherhood. And today, we're going to be talking about what happens when those spirals don't turn off. And we'll be talking more about postpartum anxiety, what it feels like, why it's often seen as invisible, and why so many moms tend to stay silent about it.
Yeah. And many would ask, what is postpartum anxiety? I would say that it's when your brain becomes an overprotective security guard that never clocks out of work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not that you're a worrier. It's truly that your brain suddenly feels responsible for the most precious thing in the world. And sometimes it turns the volume on concern a little bit too high.
Yeah. It is love mixed with exhaustion and a brain that won't stop scanning for danger. It is not just worrying more, it's intrusive thoughts, it's replaying the worst case scenario at all times.
Yeah. And most times it's invisible.
Yeah. So, what does postpartum anxiety spiraling looks like? It looks like scanning for danger 24/7.
Essentially, like you can't fully relax even when things are fine.
Checking if the baby is breathing, then checking again.
Yeah. And everyone around you is saying you're such a good mom. And internally you're probably spiraling. I'm actually like this. I'm actually not like this. I'm actually terrified all the time.
Yeah. So, what does postpartum anxiety actually feels like? It feels not just like worrying more, as we mentioned, but it can look like scanning for danger at all times, the intrusive thoughts, feeling responsible for preventing every possible bad outcome, not being able to relax even when the baby is safe and you know the baby is safe.
Mhm. Yeah, and I don't think a lot of moms realize it's anxiety because even before birth, you could be someone who's never suffered from anxiety, and then you have a baby and it kind of hits you all at once. So a lot of moms probably think I'm just being careful, I'm just being a good mom, thinking everything is normal.
Yeah. And sometimes it is a normal adjustment period post baby, but sometimes it is anxiety that deserves support.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so let's talk about that part that nobody talks about, those intrusive thoughts. I think
Oh, yeah.
we need to talk about them because they scare people. And I know for me, when I started having some intrusive thoughts, that, I started to get a little worried. So I hope that we can normalize that for some moms feeling that.
Yes, intrusive thoughts are unwanted, uninvited, distressing thoughts that pop in suddenly. They are ego dystonic, meaning that they do not match who you are. Those intrusive thoughts are not yours.
Hmm.
And that is important to clarify.
Yeah, can you say that again?
That they are ego syntonic. Yeah, they're ego dystonic.
Yeah.
Syntonic means that they're ours. Dystonic means that they're not ours. They're not who you are. They're not part of your psyche. These are just truly intrusive thoughts.
Yeah. And those thoughts can look like and sound like, what if something terrible happens? What if I drop the baby? I've had that one before.
Ugh.
What if I fall asleep and something happens? I've also had that one before.
Mm-mm-mm. Having an intrusive thought does not mean you want this to happen. It means that your brain is trying very, very badly to protect you. Anxious brains do not create danger. They try to prevent it.
Yeah. So that goes back to recognizing and understanding that anxiety is protective. I think we need to emphasize that more because anxiety isn't a bad thing. It's there for a reason.
Yes, yes, indeed. Even though when it starts interfering with our functionality, that's when it does become a problem. But yes, postpartum anxiety, it's often missed because you still are functioning as a new mom. You're still caring for the baby. You're still showing up. You're doing everything that's expected from you.
Mhm. And again, our culture praises those hypervigilant moms. We praise the overprotective, the high functioning, all of that.
Yes. If you are exhausted yet constantly alert, people often call that a devoted mom, not an exhausted or overwhelmed mom that needs support and that needs a break.
Yeah. So moms stay silent for a lot of reasons: the fear of judgment, fear of being seen as unsafe, the fear of being misunderstood.
Also, the shame because the intrusive thoughts feel terrifying to admit out loud,
Yeah. And a lot of moms think if I say this out loud, someone will think I'm a bad mom.
or worse, that something will be taken from them, so they carry it alone.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, what actually helps when we are experiencing these feelings and these emotions? I would say the first thing that it's helpful, it's to name it. Just say it out loud. If you can name anxiety, it becomes less isolating.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the second is support, therapy, medical support if needed, honest conversations. I think all of the above tremendously helped me when I was in the thick of that postpartum anxiety, especially with
Yeah.
the intrusive thoughts, just kind of saying them out loud and having someone tell you it's okay.
Hmm.
You're not crazy. It's normal.
Absolutely. Third, I would say nervous system regulation and not just thinking your way out of it, like telling yourself, no, I'm not going to have these intrusive thoughts. I want these to go away. I would say that absolutely everything that you do for the baby helps for you as well.
Mhm.
A warm bath, a hug, humming, rocking. If your anxiety feels constant, intense, or intrusive, regulations tools help, but support matters as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just, I know that you're laughing, but it's so true. Like sometimes we just need a hug.
No, I'm laughing definitely because when you said the term rocking, I remember when she was tiny and we would swaddle her,
Yeah.
and I would always ask my husband, I would love to be swaddled and rocked. I think I think we can all benefit from being swaddled and rocked.
Oh, wouldn't that be lovely? But it is okay. So maybe we can be swaddled. I don't know, like maybe on a
A
um,
huge
yeah, a huge blanket. I'm thinking about a hammock. Yeah, I guess that could be helpful. But all jokes aside, like
Yeah.
yes, sometimes we just need a hug. We need to be supported, and just know that even though it feels very isolating, it's okay to speak up and to share how you're feeling, and hopefully someone can offer the support that you're needing at the moment.
Yeah, and I think a lot of moms probably don't realize how much pressure they're putting on themselves to prevent everything.
Yes, the belief that if something goes wrong, it's your fault.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot for one person to carry along.
Of course, and they shouldn't. And it's not realistic or fair.
Mhm.
All you deserve is to extend yourself some grace and kindness, truly, to yourself.
Yeah.
So, yes, now we want to reframe that this is not a personal failure. If you are experiencing postpartum anxiety, it's not a personal failure. Postpartum anxiety, it's not a character flaw. It is often hormones, which we all know. Hormones, sleep deprivation, nervous system overload, massive identity shift. Sorry, I couldn't say that. And responsibility shock.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a it is the biggest culture, whatever other terms of shock you can say, it is the biggest shock. And it's your brain truly trying to protect something that you love more than anything on this planet.
Yeah.
It's turned up a little bit way too loud. If we could just turn it down a little, which is easier said than done.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's just a little too loud for a lot of moms.
Yeah. And as a new mom, I'm not going to ask too many questions, but
Okay.
you as a new mom, can I ask you just one question for today's episode?
Of course.
Okay, maybe two.
She was
Maybe three.
Bree's okay too.
Wait, did I clear these with you before doing this? I don't remember.
No, I'm just gonna go with
Okay. So, okay, question number one.
Mhm.
When did you realize it was more than just normal worry? in your experience with postpartum anxiety?
I think I realized it was more than normal when I found myself not thinking about anything else. Like, I would go a couple days without having any thoughts
Hmm.
outside of my fear and worry. And I don't remember if I said this last week. I would often get nauseous throughout the day because of
Yeah.
how anxious I was feeling. And that was my physical body of telling me, okay, this is a little abnormal that you're feeling this much
Hmm.
worry and anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you experience any hesitation in talking about it?
Hmm. Yeah. I didn't experience hesitation with, say, my mom because she made it clear to me that she also suffered from a lot of postpartum depression, anxiety, stuff like that. So I felt safe. But I did, going back to that guilt, I would find myself feeling guilty sometimes, like, "I can't talk about this out loud," you know? Like,
Yeah.
again, I have to be happy, I can't feel anything other than that. So oftentimes, yeah, it's unfortunately, I did keep a lot of thoughts inside.
Mhm. What helped you even a little bit?
What helped me was that support group that I joined because, again, I met other women who were going through the same thing as me. Some were going through worse, some were going through better. But it was just so validating to know that I wasn't by myself. And outside of the support group, just talking to other new moms, I reconnected with so many women that I went to high school with that I hadn't spoken to.
Oh, wow.
So that was really sweet. And then a couple of my cousins had babies. So just talking to other people who were experiencing it.
Hmm.
And then also just talking to people who would listen. You, Dobby, again, like just having those support, those friends, the family members that you can always go to. That was a huge thing for me.
Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to share about your experience?
Mm, that's a loaded question. I think just to reiterate to all the new moms, like everyone's experience is different. No one's is going to be the same. And just it might sound corny, but truly just take it a day at a time because
Yeah.
these babies are humans. They're not robots. They're constantly changing. We can't track the nap schedules. We can't track their feeding. We can't control them like they're robots, and I had to learn that the hard way because I did all of that. So, if you go to sleep with the house messy, that's okay. If you don't do the laundry, that's okay. Just try to be gentle on yourself and tell yourself that this too shall pass.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you so much again for
Uh-huh.
opening up and for being so honest and for allowing me to ask these questions without clearing them with you.
I hope I answered them okay.
No, you did. You did tremendously well. And thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
With that, we're going to transition to our favorite segment, which are our anxiety wins, guilty pleasures, and things that we enjoy.
Yes.
So, what would you like to begin?
Me?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's see. My anxiety win of the week was probably letting someone else handle something without micromanaging, AKA my dear husband. I let him handle something that maybe I usually would have, and I didn't find myself telling him, "No, you're doing it wrong. Do it this way, do it that way." That was my big win.
That was a huge win.
Yeah,
That was a tremendous one.
thank you. I was really proud of myself, to be honest.
I am proud of you too.
Thank you. And my guilty pleasure slash something I enjoyed. Hmm, let's see. I think just the usual. I think I had some ice cream this past week with a show.
I love that.
I don't wanna sound like a broken record, but that's my true guilty pleasure, eating ice cream and watching a show.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, my anxiety win is for this past week, I have been meditating more.
Nice.
So I am also intentionally breathing more often and I
Nice.
am spiraling less.
That's progress.
That is tremendous progress. And for that, I am so thankful. So, so
Awesome.
thankful. And my guilty pleasure would be enjoying the transitional weather.
Mhm.
We're walking. Did you notice how we all of a sudden were walking more this past week? Our steps increased like by 3,000
So nice.
and just breathing in the fresh air. So I'm so thankful for that and looking forward to spring.
Me too. I hear you.
Oh gosh. But yes, very glad that we were able to do this, especially in person.
Mhm.
Well, not in we usually
Do it remote.
Yeah, we usually do it remote. We don't see each other very often. So this is such a win. And
This
I'm
is
so
such a
glad that you're
win.
here.
And our husbands finally met. They're upstairs hanging out, which is so nice.
It's so nice. Yeah, they're hanging out. They're taking care of the baby while we are here.
Yeah. That in itself is an anxiety win because having
Tell me about it.
having Kai in a new home and I can't track her, make sure she's not being hit. That's an anxiety. Anyway,
Kai is a beautiful baby. God bless her. She's very well behaved.
thank you.
Yeah. Okay. But yes, let's wrap it up.
Yeah. So if you are a mom and you feel constantly on edge,
If your brain won't turn off,
if you have scary thoughts that you don't necessarily want to be having,
you're not dangerous. You're not alone.
and you deserve support.
Yes. And homework this week, if you have been holding anxiety silently, tell one safe person, someone that you trust.
Yeah. You don't have to carry it alone. And just one little thing, Debbie, I just want to tell anyone who is experiencing
Mhm,
postpartum intrusive thoughts that might seem a little scary,
mhm,
get some help. There's nothing wrong with reaching out to a therapist. I think that's
mhm.
really important because a lot of moms carry it alone and then it might progress into something not so great. So reach out to a therapist.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And don't be fearful of that. Um, and with that, our goal today was to normalize postpartum anxiety. Thank you so much for listening to Two Anxious Girls. If this conversation resonated with you, please follow, subscribe, rate wherever you get your podcast, and share with a friend who may need it. Thank you so much.
Welcome. I don't know what I said. Welcome.
Bye. Because you were interviewed today. Thank you. Bye bye.